Dennis the Menace disposes of Jan van der Rassel. Had a bit of a wobble, did Dennis, but he's through to round 2 after a good finish. Here he is with Jamie.
Well, Dennis, you had some good scoring there. Yeah, but it looked like you're having trouble with your dummies. And you've just told me with your dummies, with your doubles. Sorry. Sorry, I need to concentrate. It sounds like I've got a bit of a whammy myself, really, doesn't it?
No, my doubles was exemplary first off, weren't they? And then I just fell away. During the game, as I was saying, Jane, before we came on air, I just felt like I needed some chocolate or something. I went really whammy, and you've not heard of that saying, but up in my neck of woods, you know, if you're feeling whammy, you're feeling a little bit raw. And my arm was like that. It just went, well, totally dead, really. And I just got to pick myself up and carry on.
And how do you pick yourself up? What goes through your head?
Do you really want to? I'm not going to say.
Yeah, tell me honestly.
Well, no, I daren't. I'm calling myself all names under the sun, saying you're a silly so-and-so and so-and-so this and what you're doing. You can't even hit a big 1 to go for a double 4, and you're hitting big 17 to go for, you know, for double 2, and you don't really, you know, you're giving yourself a kick up backside. So you've got to do it, because if you don't, then if you carry on in that vein, then, you know, I've got an early plane home, and my wife's got to put up with me for another weekend.
Okay. Best of luck next time out.
Thanks, Jane. Thank you, love. Thanks, viewers.
Well done, Dennis. Through to round 2, and actually his average, if you account for the fact that his doubles were a problem in the middle of that match, is very, very impressive. Actually, his scoring was very heavy throughout, and his average at one point was touching something about 108. But his doubles, having started reasonably, obviously, as he says, dipped away, but he got them when he needed them, and thus gets past Jan van der Rassel, 5 legs to 3. The Iceman, Alan Walliner-Little, watching with me, nearly said something I regretted then.
It's Halloween, you're having a nightmare.
Exactly. Oh! Steady the buffs, Alan. I'll get you back for that.
You will.
Yeah, Dennis, doubles. Right. Is it, what, a mental thing or what?
Well, it happens in a game. You're going to miss so many darts at a double. Then he missed double 2 there, and then pegs out 65 in, you know, 25 double top with 1. It does happen in the game. You know, when you've got 3 darts in your hand, sometimes it's difficult because you're aiming at one particular area, whereas if you're going for 16, 18 double top or something, you're actually throwing in your methodical way.
Yeah, and perhaps certain doubles can become more awkward than others. Double 2, obviously, with a 1 is an awkward way to get a job done, and he couldn't.
I mean, with Dennis, he's a slow player. If it was a dancing contest, it'd be slow, slow, stop, stop, slow, but that's the way he plays. He's never going to change, and he won't be rushed. Van der Rassel, a quicker thrower, maybe it affected him a little bit, I don't know.
And perhaps the fact that he got himself onto double top via a 25 to get himself 4-3 ahead, his favourite double, perhaps that helped him get back on track. Yeah,
it certainly did. Yeah, it's 25 is a difficult one, isn't it? And what do you aim for?
Yeah.
I mean, he could hit the ball quite easily there.
Yeah.
But
he got it, then he's on his favourite.
But he knows this is for the match, and he's not going to miss it.
Yeah.
Straight in.
4-3, puts himself back in the driving seat, and then gets it done with treble 16, double 8 to finish, which again is relatively.
Yeah, he knew he was going to have at least 1 dart of the double there, going for the 16 checkout. But
and I think he could play Van Barneveld in round 2.
Barneveld or Jenkins. Barney coming up later on against Andy Jenkins. Obviously, Barney's going to be the favourite and one of the favourites to get to the final. Short distance again, we've mentioned it so often. Andy Jenkins have a chance. He played well, got through the qualifiers, so anything could happen.
Thanks, Alan. I won't mention your full name because I've already broken a tooth. Let's check on the state of things then. Dennis Ovens through, pounding the hammer, 5 legs to 1, and Dennis getting the job done, as we've just seen, against Jan van der Rassel. Before we see who's next, let's just have a sense of the language of darts. Obviously, it's a sport that's spreading very quickly throughout the world. Ned's been talking to the caller, Ross Bray, about how to call darts all around the world. Here's Ned.
Well, of course, the more that darts becomes an international, multicultural event, the more important it is that Russ Bray and his like learn the foreign languages. Now, Russ, I know you already speak a bit of Dutch, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I've worked over there for 4 years, so I used to do my opening in Dutch.
Go on, let's hear a bit of Dutch first.
Voor degene die me nog niet kent, ik ben Russ Bray. En ben van de Mastercallers op ITV4. Sorry, my Dutch, not good. Dus ga ik nu verder in het Engels.
Oh, they like it, don't they? Let's give you a bit of German now. First of all, welcome to Frankfurt.
Herzlich willkommen in Frankfurt.
Thank you, Russ. Game on.
Es kann losgehen.
Losgehen. Phil, you require 100.
Oh, Jesus. Phil, Sie haben 100 Punkte Rest.
Very good. Game, shot and match.
Set, Doppel und Sieg.
Very good. And finally, Russ, this one needs no explanation.
180.
Easy for Ross to say. Thank you very much to Ned and to Ross, enjoying the German crowd here, enjoying the multilingual stature of darts.
He did well there, didn't he? You'll
Yeah.
have to send him to the bar later on to order the drinks.
Of course, you've got, what, how many languages? You've got Yorkshire, English.
Got the old Maryport Murray accent, it's fantastic.
Absolutely. But it's part of being a professional darts player these days, coping with going around the world. You don't have the kind of coterie of hangers-on that the footballers have.
That's right, we've got 4 to 6 tournaments around the world now, with South Africa, Australia.
Yeah.
Obviously we've got Germany, Holland, Belgium, all over the place now, so very much multilingual. You've got to learn everything.
Yeah. You've also got to cope with what happens sometimes at a venue. I understand that obviously Adrian Lewis is due on stage any time now. He's the next match up, but he's cut his hand in the warm-up room. And funnily enough, I gather this is for the second tournament running. It's just an accident. It happens. It'll have to be patched up. But
yeah, I don't know what he's done there.
well, a glass apparently has fallen off a table and he's just caught him. And whether it's his throwing hand, we'll have to establish that. But
just hope his opponent hasn't put the glass there in the place. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. I don't know how bad the cut is, but
Have you ever had something like that happen to you?
Not myself personally, but I've heard it with other people. It's, obviously, you've got to use your hands, and you could catch it on a door or anything.
It's crucial, obviously, whether it's his left or his right hand, and we'll try and establish that as soon as possible. Equally, obviously, it's also a mental thing as well. Assuming he can take part, he can throw the darts. It's putting that to the back of your mind, as Dennis did with his doubles. You've now got to not think about the injury.
We'll have to see where the plaster is when he comes on stage.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be okay. He'll just get on with it, and I don't think he'll have any problem tonight with the Austrian player, the German qualifier. He's a little bit unknown. He's a soft tip player from quite a few years ago. Won a lot of soft tip events. Number 3 in the German darts rankings. So he's obviously done well to get here, but I can't see him having any problem really.
Hannah Schneer is up against Adrian Lewis, all being well. We'll pause while we get Adrian Lewis all patched up and ready to play here in Frankfurt. We are live at the Südbahnhof Arena, and all things being equal, it's Schneer versus Lewis next.